I always feel a missing piece in me. And I don't know how, where, and when that missing gap inside me, in my heart, in my feeling, would be fulfilled. Sawadee I'm Nikki Phinyapincha. I'm the founder of Thailand Consulting Group. So we are the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion consultancy agency. I also co-founded Pride Thailand. And apart from that, at a global level, I co-chair the Enterprise Global Trans Task Force, oversee the whole advocacy education program for transgender and non-binary across the world. So that's what I do. So if I would like to begin, I would say in that time, I didn't know that it was conversion therapy. When I was studying in the primary school, I just realized that, I couldn't feel that I could fit in with the classmates. When at activities, extracurricular activities, for example. So all the boys just play together. They play football. They do a lot of stuff. At that time, I feel so isolated, and I need to stay with myself in the space of cemetery in the temple, because we have the playground as the temple ground where we can see some cemetery. So I feel so lonely. But I feel so peaceful as well when I learn about isolation, individualism, and the way that I can be very independent. The first situation I remember when the school teacher at the primary school report about my behavior to my parents. In Thai, we have a call เบี่ยงเบนทางเพศ It's like you misbehave, gender-based misbehavior. Kind of that's the way to say it. It means that you are kathoy. So they treat me in a way that I feel I'm so really suffering and didn't want to be in this family. I tried to escape from the family with the low socioeconomic status of family, so I couldn't go far. I just go to other friend place. And from that time in the primary school, when the first report has been filed by the school teacher, so I joined the secondary school. The teacher, he made another report to my parents as well about my behavior. There was a project initiated by this school teacher, the secondary school teacher, about leadership camp. The school teacher tried to introduce that to my parents. And not only my parents, but we also have around 14 trans kids in that time, or Kathoy kids in that time. The teacher asked permission from the parents of the trans kid to send us to that school camp. And that leadership camp was led by the police students. So we passed through a lot of intensive training, like when you need to go to serve the military. So we need to wake up 4 or 5 a.m. It's very, very hard. And that's how I understand and learn about they're trying to change us. But again, in that time, I didn't have any idea what does it mean, if that is conversion therapy. But I believe it was kind of. So of course, first of all, when you were reported by the school, and also the parents treat you in different way, they use a lot of different way of violence towards me, either verbal and physical. And I think that way it really, really shaped the way I have had the childhood trauma. And that's why until now today, I really, really value the chosen family, my trans people, and those who support me without judging me the way I am. And I think, when you don't have that born family foundation, I always feel a missing piece in me. And I don't know how, where, and when that missing gap inside me, in my heart, in my feeling, would be fulfilled. And I think after that incident, I didn't feel safe to share whatever to my born family. Even though it's quite really leave some scars into my heart and memory, but in the same time, it gave me some power of how the way I lead my work today, like personal and professional career. I use that strength, power, to fill up what I'm missing as a transgender leader. It's very important for you to be able to feel safe about your story. I mean, it should be feel like you really feel secure first before you just share this thing. But it doesn't mean that you need to be like 100% like strong and powerful to share the story, because in the end, we are human, we are still vulnerable in a sense, and I think you can share part of what you have learned. I think that's the way we could share the powerful story as well, and how we can turn that pain into power. I think Thailand, we seems to be a very welcoming society, really LGBTQ friendly from the outside eyes. But I think being part of the LGBT community who has been suffer from that discrimination and harassment and inequality legacy of the country, of the people who didn't understand about the diversity and differences. So I think apart from have a legal reform of banning conversion therapy, the way Thailand should embrace is about how you walk the talk by having the non-LGBTQ member. Either you are part of the family, school, either you are public policy or whatever. So you should be part of that change by educating yourself, learn more about the differences and diversity, learn about different identities as well, and learn how to support that suppressed. It shouldn't make it too difficult or complicated by starting from your family. I think that's the most powerful and a fundamental unit of making change. If you have the family, either born or chosen family, and I think that the most important unit that drive either systemic or cultural change in a bigger impact of the society.